Welcome to your Monday Morning Pearl. I'm Steve Keck. Today I want to talk with you about something several of the people I've been coaching have been dealing with. And that's this. How do you respond when you have a difficult boss? Difficult bosses can come in all shapes and varieties. It can come from a boss who's basically not present to a boss who is so ever present they won't ever leave you alone and allow you to be successful. Difficult bosses create the best opportunity for you to grow as a professional because they create the environment that requires more of you. And the philosophy I tend to encourage is if they're successful, you're successful. And here's what I mean by that. They're in the position of authority, and that authority needs to be honored, even if they are not honoring in that authority. It's more about how you behave than it is about how they behave. Often, when you look to get promoted, the hiring manager is always going to be concerned about how you handle working under someone else's authority. And if you consistently give up on working through things with a difficult boss, you actually prevent your ability to kind of build the skill set of how to submit to an authority that's legitimately there. When it comes to submitting to authority, that does not mean you need to compromise your moral, ethical, or professional compass in order to succeed. The way I think of it is this. Every problem, such as a difficult boss, is actually not a problem, but it's an opportunity for transformation. When you're presented with a boss who creates an environment that's difficult for you, it's not a question of fixing your boss. The question is, how can you transform to gain skills to make that boss's environment different, where you affect the change in the environment? So for example, if a boss gives you a directive that is ethically ambiguous or makes you take some sort of moral shortcut in order to succeed, you have the opportunity to establish some courage, set some boundaries, and also become resourceful in finding ways to succeed that don't involve you taking this moral shortcut. If that is impossible, then that may demonstrate that you are in an environment that you cannot sustain, and that also is a growth and transformation. So as sales professionals, we have to learn how to work within the authority that we're given, but also work under the authority that's above us. And if we can do that well, we show ourselves to be good stewards of the work the company that you work for is asking of you. And when you can demonstrate that, what eventually happens over time is it shines. And when you establish the strength of your character surrounded by your success, it makes it very difficult for a difficult boss to sustain the actions that they're taking because you consistently perform. And the second thing it can do is also help you develop a positive attitude in the midst of difficult circumstances. And as a salesperson, I will tell you, positivity is attractive to sales. So if you can demonstrate a consistent positivity both within the difficult environment that your boss is creating and everywhere else, you will start to gain influence. That influence gives your voice a little extra carrying power, which allows you to affect the entire environment around you. This week, I just want you to focus on this. If you have a difficult boss, you don't have a problem. You have an opportunity for transformation. And if you can demonstrate the courage, creativity, and positivity required to thrive in that harsh environment, you are going to carry that with you for the rest of your life. And if this is something you're currently dealing with, reach out to us and let's have a conversation. We love coaching people through difficult circumstances, helping you gain perspective and tools and resources to help you manage the situation and then come out in a better place than you started. So find us on our website or one of our social channels.